days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
When I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people trying to, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say if people want to be gay, it is 2024. Who the fuck cares? Okay. Number two, there's not a gay bone in his body. So why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change a narrative of bet he made with me to try to hurt him? That is the one thing I've learned about, and look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. It's the one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that black hate on hate.
Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see black people tearing down other black people.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I want to support look, two of you guys know me pretty well. Anything I can ever help with, I'm always there. I always want to be helpful. I feel lucky and fortunate to do what I do every day. To be as, whatever success I've had, I feel blessed to do that. And I want to give back in every way I can, in business and in charitable things. I'm always trying to be helpful. Why does someone want to bring somebody else down? Let's try to build everybody up. I'd be more excited if I'd be more excited to see one of my friends do something that's 99% less meaningful to me, but it would be really meaningful to them because I want them to do great. I want everyone around me to do great. I don't like watching, there's a little bit, and you tell me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a black culture of it's black hate on hate. It's like that black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to go extra hard on him. Okay. It's it's what people always say to me. It's like black hate on hate. And so I think it's terrible. I think it's something that I think it's culturally wrong. And I'll probably get killed for saying this because, you're,
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being had.
I have it all the time with
I want to hear this.
So I think it's wrong. I think, why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? The best way for everyone to do great is to push each other up, okay?
So I didn't play this yesterday because I was not going to give it oxygen, but then I started seeing black people and then listening to that black voice say, yeah, you're right. I jumped into the fray on social media and slapped the hell out of a few people. And then I had to do some digging. Who is this person?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Right. Why do you have the license? His name is Michael Rubin. I'm going to put out the number 866-801-8255. And I'm going to say this with my full chest since he had an audacity to say that. But this is why we have to gatekeep at this point. Not everyone has to have a mic. Apparently, the person that he was sitting with didn't have the testicular fortitude, the knowledge, the depth of understanding of our culture to even sit in conversation with somebody like that. No historical knowledge. You don't understand anything about us. If you could sit there and let that man say those things about us and you don't check him, and as a matter of fact, you say more, I will forever stand on this hill and I will not die on it. I will drag everybody up the hill with me if I have to. First of all, if you're not in the culture, keep our name out your mouth. And that includes you, Drake. 866-801-8255. That's a cheap
still
shot,
catching strays.
Why
He's
not?
still
Why
catching
not?
strays.
Why not? It's Friday. I can do that. Rule number one, if it ain't your culture, mind your business. Okay. To actually say that and I might get in trouble, but he felt real comfortable to say it. Which means that these are conversations he's having with people. So I'm always going to say, check the room that you're in. Do you know what I'm saying? You're in the room with low vibrational people who may have this voice in their head on loop. So I had to come to somebody who was black and saying, yeah, we do that. No, I said, no, that's not been my experience. And I've been black my whole life. And I was raised in a black household with a black daddy that had a black business in a black community that helped fund all of the things that we ever got to do. I had a great childhood. We grew up very well off in a black neighborhood that my daddy lived over when he was growing up, over the store that his father left, that his mama fed the family out of, but then he fed the community because there's a symbiosis when you are in community with black people. Tiffany Aliche, multi-millionaire, feeding black women from her preschool kids, the mothers of her and as able, that's all she, now other people of course benefit from it, but her focus is black women. Terry Ijeoma, teaching black people how to trade stocks. You can't go wrong feeding black people. Black people will always be there for you. That's been my experience. And I'm going to let you know, Urban View is only as powerful as it is because y'all made it so. This is not, to me, foreign. So when a white man opens his mouth to talk about what he hates about black culture and not a black person in the room checks him, that's the problem. So I may give Michael Rubin a little grace, other than you old enough to know better, to speak on somebody else's culture. So let me tell you who he is, Roger, before we really dig in his ass. First of all, he apologized. He apologized. So he said this on August 15th, yesterday morning. The video went out while discussing a range of topics, and he kept coming back to it. So you could hear that other person say, you know, well, you brought this up before, so this must be on his heart, right? And he was talking about how he banned Not Like Us at his annual Independence Day party. He banned it. And then, of course, Meek Mill, who, if we want to have a conversation about him, we can, and we probably should, in his relationship with Diddy. And I'm not talking about no Diddy. I'm not talking about the sexual relationship, but people were in the room when Diddy was doing those things, and they didn't say anything. So to me, you're complicit, and you don't get a pass. And no, people shouldn't be talking about your sexual proclivities or what have you. But mind your business. This ain't about you. And how do you know he doesn't have a gay bone in his body?
Yeah, me.
You done seen the bones in his body, and if you've seen the bones in his body, then there's a contradiction going on there that I'm not going to speak to.
Yeah, Meek was just minding his business, and Buddy brought him into this.
Brought him in again. Like, okay, but here's the apology. He gave an apology. Michael Rubin. He said, "I got a phone call from one of the people that I have the most respect for in the world." Should have talked to them before you came on public. One of the most widely watched things out there.
Yeah, for black people especially.
For black people, and open your mouth to talk about black culture, period. Right. He said, they told me while they appreciate my intention, it's not my place to speak on black culture. Why didn't you know that? You a 40-something-year-old man? You don't know that? I get it, and I really appreciate the input. Exclamation point. My intention was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other. We all need to. If you're not giving this energy to the white nationalists and them damn racists out there and them Nazis, like I would like, well, why don't white people stick together and shout down the Nazis? That would be something that I think you should speak on. That directly impacts you. He said, we need to stop hate on each other and push each other to win. That's all I experience here, by the way. Let me just, and I'm serious about this. Hold on. And always root for each other's success. Adding, my bad, much love and appreciate the feedback. No, you knew when you opened your mouth it was a problem because you said it was going to be a problem. So you knew it was a problem. And you said it with your full chest. You said it more than once. And you're only apologizing because now you are embroiled, much like the girl that was opening her mouth about Simone Biles.
Right.
That is, can you please stop? Much like Ray Gunn, who showed up to the Olympics and clowned everybody who's ever loved hip hop and breakdancing. Oh, can you please stop the hate? Oh, no. No, stop the hate, but no, you did that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm not even gonna lie. I do prey on some people's failure. So I'm not even rooting for everybody black. Like, I'm not even going to sit up here in front. Sometimes I see somebody getting ahead and it's not even jealousy. It's just like, I think everything you stand for is bad. And I would like to see you not do that anymore, you know? So I can't front. But that being said, this idea that is germane to blackness is ridiculous. We are obviously the most community-oriented people in America because we have to be. It's not even necessarily that I feel like we were like just born and bred. Like we just all such good. Like it was no choice. When there was a boycott of the bus, you couldn't be like, but I got to get to work. No, we all got to get off the bus because if not, they not gonna stop being racist to us on the bus. So like he doesn't understand the history of it. Now, what I was wondering about him is how much money is he worth? Because he's a billionaire. Yeah. Okay. So ready? So he grew up in Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania. Both his parents are doctors. One's a veterinarian. The other one's a psychiatrist. He started a ski shop in his parents' basement when he was 12 with money that he received from his bar mitzvah. 2 years later, at 14,
with $2,500 from his bar mitzvah. He seeded capital and with his dad signing a lease to a storefront. He opened a ski shop in I can't pronounce Conshohocken. Y'all from Pennsylvania, correct my pronunciation. Conshohocken, whatever. Pennsylvania. It was named Mike's Ski Shop. So he had his bar mitzvah, got money from it. I want to talk about that in a second as well, because I feel like there is a teachable moment. I'm not just railing on this guy. I think there is an opportunity here to do a couple of things. I'm using this as an opportunity to talk about how we let people talk about us, number one, but also who gets to be in the room to have these conversations. Because clearly, unlike Michael Eric Dyson, who had to gather up somebody yesterday who kept mispronouncing Vice President Kamala Harris's name on purpose, and you know, he was equipped to do that. While Abby Phillips sat there and let that happen. I'm going to say less about that too. But by the age of 16, Roger, you have to hear this. He had racked up $120,000 in debt. So he took his little money and opened the shop and failed at it.
Okay.
But daddy bailed him out, paid back the loans, and under the condition that he go to college. So he agreed to go to college. He went to Villanova, dropped out after the first semester.
Wow.
And
his dad still pay back them loans? I'm gonna tell you right now. Maybe he got a point. Because my black parents would not have finished them damn loans if I ain't finished school, especially after one damn semester. So call that black on black hate if you must. But it's absolutely, I don't know no black people that's paying $160K for me to drop out.
I'm actually reading his little back bio as instruction for the kind of financial support as parents. This has nothing to do with that. Like how some children get to fail, but they're also their parents are in position to make sure that they, but there's
can
also
they really fail if their parents have the safety net under them?
But I also feel like it's because he's always had a safety net that he is reckless in being able to say things because who's going to check him?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about these success stories that, all these guys tell us is you got to keep trying and you fail. It's like, well, some people don't get to fail 5 times.
Period.
Failure look different for different people. Failure for me could be prison, death. It's not just, Daddy, can I have a few more million, please? Like I don't got that option.
No. And I'm not hating on that at all. I think that's great, but at the same time, but
here's the thing. That might be great, but then I can't lecture you on your culture and like the misgivings of it, because I've always had a safety net. So I gotta appreciate my safety net. I can't just be like, oh, so you can't get like me? Like, no, I actually can't just get like you because you messed up first, and then you got like you on the 8th try.
Correct. So he's the founder of something called Fanatics. It's in the sports realm. He also is the co-chair, and this is good, of Reform Alliance, something he got involved with. He launched with Meek Mill and Jay-Z and Robert Kraft's problematic ass and Daniel Loeb and some others for criminal justice reform. But again, there's something paternalistic and there's something patronizing about, this, because when they look at black people, it's always through the lens of criminal justice. And I don't know what Meek Mill did to go to jail. Right. The first time. I know the second time was, some bull crap. But at some point, you're not going to just play in black people's face and see us in a light. You don't have the right to. You don't know us.
Right. Yeah.
And there's so many people talking about black people that have no clue, making decisions. I was just thinking about this, Roderick. Even how they program different things. They pick the black people they like, that they're comfortable with. And we accept a lot of stuff because representation. Okay, at least they're black. But if we ain't learned nothing in the summer of Kendrick Lamar, if they not like us, it shouldn't. It's no. Yes. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop picking our leaders. Stop, because you like them. You're comfortable with them.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking looking right at you, right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.